Hi, this is Simply Wing Chun. Today's a little bit different. Normally I'm showing you videos of me training, doing some application work, a little sort of tutorials, or I'm sharing my Hong Kong videos I've been lucky enough to gather together over 27 years of studying in Hong Kong with Master Yip Chun and my Kung Fu brothers. But today's a bit different. I keep getting requests about where I train. So people are saying, oh, it's okay for you, you've got a full-time gym, you'll be able to do this all the time. Actually, that couldn't be further from the truth. The truth is I don't have a full-time gym, never have had, even though I started teaching in 1982. It's always been my passion, but it's not my job. I don't earn an income from it, I don't earn a living from it, and therefore I don't have a full-time gym. I just rent a hall like a lot of people. So today what I thought I would try and do is show you where I train, my personal little area of training, and just try and show you that you don't need a full-time gym, you don't need a big premises to be able to train all the aspects of Wing Chun. What you actually need is just determination, a little bit of ingenuity, and a small space. Remembering that Wing Chun, most people's Wing Chun develop out from Hong Kong, from Yip Man, etc., etc. In Hong Kong, space is very, very at a premium. It is very expensive. Even the Wing Chun Athletic Association is a converted flat in Mong Kok, and that's only been there since 1970-71. Most places in Hong Kong, I trained on rooftops, I've trained in parks, I've trained in gardens and public gardens and stuff like that. You find spaces. It's as simple as that. Sometimes it is just an empty courtyard between 4 tower blocks. Your training is where you are. It's not a place that you go to train martial arts, particularly Wing Chun. I've converted the garage as best as I can, and in here I have most of what I need to train Wing Chun, as well as to actually do my garden. So we have various aspects we have mirrors, obviously for looking at yourself, checking your positions, checking your structures. I have the odd little bit of exercise equipment. It doesn't look very used, does it really? Obviously I have my jong. I have a freestanding jong because it's a little bit more practical for me. I can move it to different locations, etc., etc. You'll notice there's a mattress behind it. The benefit of the mattress is not so I can sleep out here when I fall out with people, but I can move the jong away, and what it allows me to is when I'm playing Chi Sao, if I want to apply, when I'm teaching or practicing Chi Sao with somebody, if I want to apply a bit more pressure, I can use the mattress to bounce them off, make sure they're not getting injured. At the same time, I don't have to hold back, and I can practice footwork, routing, structure, etc., etc. Heat lamp, very important to the winter. Obviously the usual sort of bits of kit and stuff like that. We do use occasionally full contact gear, usually for practicing specific techniques. I'm not into the sports side of Wing Chun whatsoever. I got into Wing Chun personally because I was a professional bodyguard and I wanted something that would work at very close quarter when my firearm failed, or I was too close to even reach for a firearm quick enough. That was my personal reasons for training. Because of that, I'm not looking for competition rules or anything that's going to restrict me. I do, however, sometimes put on the full contact kit so I can actually apply techniques without having to hold back, but that's usually so the students can appreciate where the mistakes are, where the gaps are, where the holes are. We don't do it as a sparring session. We tend to do it as a one attack, one defend. 3-sectional wall bag, obviously, full of chickpeas at the top. And then further down you've got chickpeas in the centre, and you've actually got rags in the bottom. You'll notice there's not a lot of blood marks and damage around the bag. If you punch the bag to the point where you start to bleed, you're actually then cutting your knuckles open, and you're actually in a position where you can't train the next day or the next day because the skin splits. Much better to either use light bag gloves or just do 50 odd punches a day. You can do your elbow strikes if you're very careful, although I don't recommend it personally. You can do your knee strikes, you can do your kick, you can do anything you like. Turning Jit Kuen, straight Jit Kuen, Tan Sao punch, Bong Lap if you prefer. It's entirely up to yourself. Nice little present from Hong Kong up there. I have my mirrors. Again, idea of the mirrors. I put 2 up because the joint in the mirror allows a student to stand in front and mark their personal centre line, and it works as a nice little reference line. You might see the odd little bit of felt pen marks on there as well, while I've been marking students' centre lines out, etc., etc. These 2 little scrolls here, Wing Chun passing down the right way, making the whole nation stronger, were actually handwritten written for me by Sifu Yip Chun, as you can see there. Very nice little reminder of the reasons why I do what I do the way I do it. Yes, you can see a pair of nunchaku up there, and that's from my karate background. No, I probably use them just to beat students with now, nothing more important than that. Pair of Park Jam dough up there. Those are actually aluminium. They're lightweight, so I can just repetitively train the technique. Whereas with the steel ones, I'm going to be training for power, wrist structure, body core power, etc., etc. A couple of Kali sticks up there, not because I practice Kali, although I have obviously gone and visited schools and practiced other stuff, but I use it just as a little marker on the floor to mark out centre lines, mark out positioning and structure, etc., etc. A few little trophies and things, and that's really it. I've just basically ripped up the floor in my old kitchen as I had it done. As you can see, the old units there. I put down the laminate floor as much as possible to get as much training space as possible. Put some plywood against the wall to put some mirrors on here. And there's another one here. This wall back here, this one here, this one, that's not blood, that's rust. That's for doing my 1-inch punch training, literally from fingertip contact into the punch, and it's full of ball bearings. Not something you want to punch from any distance at all, because it won't improve your hand, but it will give you spiral fractures of the bones, which is not really conducive to continuing training. And I think that's probably about it. That is my personal training environment, my gym, if you want to call it that. It's where I teach, it's where I practice. You don't need anything more. You know, just at the back somewhere, you can probably see up the top there, there's a couple of poles and stuff like that. In fact, my heat lamp is actually erected on top of one of the poles at the same time. I have all the kit I need, I have all the space that I need. You don't need anything more to practice Wing Chun, and you know, I've had 2 or 3 students practicing in here at the same time. It's not massive, but it's mine. It costs me nothing apart from a little bit of laminate floor and putting all my kit in one place. Over the years, I've had speed balls, I've had bungee straps to do resistance training with punches. I just tend to fix them onto the wood when I need them. I've got everything I need, and this is exactly what you can do to your own home. If you've got a garage, you've got a shed, you've got space, don't worry about having some special place to train. The training is the special bit. The training is the most important bit. Where you do it and how you do it, that's entirely up to yourself. The most important thing is train frequently, train often, train hard, maximize it, get your Wing Chun down to a really good quality, because as it says there, Wing Chun passed down the correct way makes the whole nation stronger.